in the middle. Also, let's just find out what happened at the toss. Shoaib Ahmed with both the captains.
Good afternoon and welcome to the toss. It's the men in yellow taking on the men in blue. Ghubrah Giants taking on Qurum Thunders. I've got the two captains with me. It is Jatinder Singh for Qurum Thunders. In the center, the match umpire, it is Zaman Qureshi. And on to his left is the captain for Ghubrah Giants, Ahmed. Home team, well, it's going to be Qurum Thunders. Jatinder has the coin and he's going to flip it. Khanjar is the call. खंजर इट इज। अहमद आ जाइए प्लीज़। फील्डिंग करना चाहेंगे। हमने देखा है कि टीम्स जो हैं थोड़ा सा स्ट्रगल करती हैं, मिक्स्ड रहा है, तो क्या डिसीजन कैसे आप बेसिस पे ले रहे हैं ये डिसीजन?
हम ये कि टारगेट देना चाहेंगे इन लोगों को, उसको फिर हम चेस करना चाहेंगे कि कम से कम इनको अलाउट करें या 10 ओवर्स में कम रन बने, उस हिसाब से इनको हम अपने हिसाब से बॉल करेंगे।
कल का मैच बहुत अच्छा हुआ था आपका, बहुत करीब आकर आप हारे, लेकिन ओवरऑल टीम अब एक थोड़ी सी सेटल लग रही है।
जी ये छोटा फॉर्मेट है, आप जानते हैं कि छोटे फॉर्मेट में कभी भी कुछ होता है, ऊपर नीचे एकदम ऊपर चला जाता है, कभी नीचे हो जाता है, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, पार्ट ऑफ गेम में। तो इंशाल्लाह आज बेस्ट करेंगे हम लोग।
ऑल द बेस्ट, डू वेल।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी
मच। जति, हैप्पी टू बी बैटिंग फर्स्ट?
Yeah, of course, it's just 10 overs game, so you can't really do, I mean, it's just the momentum, you just have to break the momentum of the batter.
Yesterday, again, a great game, almost a comfortable win in the end. So very happy with the performance of the boys.
Absolutely. I mean, the way the boys have showed their character, I mean, it is marvelous. It's going to be a good one.
And any changes to your winning combination?
No, it's the same.
All right, give us a good game.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Right, so the news is that Ghubrah Giants, the men in yellow, have won the toss, and interestingly, they have decided to bowl first.
Ghubrah Giants desperate for a win over here. They've decided to bowl first up against a winning combination of Qurum Thunders, who were fantastic last evening in the com box, giving me company. Suhas Wedam. Suhas, good evening. What a matchup.
Good evening, Mikhail. Good evening, everyone watching. Oh, it's going to be a great matchup indeed. Out come the two umpires. And let's have a look at the two teams as well. Qurum Thunders taking on the Ghubrah Giants. We'll start with Qurum Thunders. Ayyappa Chonina Ratan, Ganesh Chandrasekhar, Hashiran Vadafidar, Jatinder Singh the skipper, Kashyap Kumar Prajapati, Muni Sansari, Rana Naeem, Samesh Srivastava, Shoaib Khan, Siddharth Bukkapatnam and Suraj Kumar the keeper.
For Ghubrah Giants, Abdullah Faizan, Adil Abbas, Ahmed Khan captaining the side, Arif Mohammad, Dean Foxcroft, Ghaznfar, Kashif, they form the bulk of the baton, Mohsin Qureshi, the all-rounder, Pranav Mehta, wicket-keeper, Sanjaya Ravindra and Shehzad Mohammad.
So it's going to be a great contest indeed. Qurum Thunders taking on Ghubrah Giants. Ghubrah Giants have a point to prove. Qurum Thunders have already proven a point as soon as they got going yesterday. Out come the two batters, Kashyap Kumar Prajapati in sublime form with Jatinder, who's never out of it.
Oh yes, what a formidable opening combination over here. Both power hitters, both can be very dangerous. KP last evening was batting at next level. And Ghubrah Giants, once again after winning the toss, have decided to field first. We understand that they have a ploy in mind. And as always, they'll employ spin up front. That's been their mantra, to just take the pace of the game even with the new ball. Dean Foxcroft will take the honours in discussion with Captain Ahmed Khan.
Dean Foxcroft to open the bowling, and it's become very ubiquitous this side. Dean Foxcroft opening the bowling. And you do know that the finger spinners are very rare breed when the game is shrunken. This is D10. Jatinder Singh's stat for you, 154.55, that strike rate. Brilliant indeed. And I really see that going up from here, 155 and more in fact. This is Kashyap Kumar Prajapati, 282.14 and a hero for his side last night. Can he turn out to be one today as well? He's already got a half century under his belt, courtesy that brilliant innings last night. Dean Foxcroft has got his task cut out. He cannot afford to miss his mark. There's a wall on the offside here. 4 men inside the circle on the off. 5 rather with mid-off. quietly tapped away for a single, Mikhail.
What an innings last night by Kashyap Prajapati. Unbeaten, carrying his bat till the very end. A long gone in place. Two inside the circle on the leg side and everyone inside the circle on the off side. Goes big, goes down the ground. Has he got a finger to it? A half-hearted appeal. Oh, that's been referred upstairs. Anticlimax over here. Prajapati's heart will be in his mouth. Anxious moments.
You never want to be walking back to the pavilion in this fashion.
Especially after playing a blinder of an innings last evening and with the form that you're batting in.
Oh, absolutely. Just when you're sure that getting yourself out when you're at the striker's end is difficult, something of this might happen. No, he didn't get a finger to it. There was this daylight between the piece of leather and finger. But still, he's appealing though. Sometimes the ball whizzes past you with that pace. Do you think do you sort of hallucinate a touch?
Only the bowler knows it at that point in time. We are back live. That's been played towards the mid-wicket region for a single. Mid-wicket is deep, so they'll pick a single quickly.
Both the batters off the mark. Kashyap Kumar Prajapati facing Dean. Dean's bowled a beauty. That wasn't far away from the top of off. Couldn't collect it cleanly there, Pranav Mehta. But that is a good sign that there is some extra bounce.
We've seen it. Many spinners have extracted decent bounce. This time the bounce saving the batter, else that would have crashed into the off stump as well. Prajapati just chancing his luck. Again quicker, has he got an edge? Oh yes it is. It's a big wicket. The informed batter has to depart. Pranav Mehta with another very sharp catch behind the stumps. He's shown some great glove work in this tournament and Dean Foxcroft strikes.
The ploy has worked. Dean Foxcroft for the first over. This is brilliant captaincy indeed. That one was going further away from Kashyap Kumar Prajapati. Gets that fine edge. Pranav Mehta doesn't make a mistake there. Very good catch indeed. Kashyap Kumar Prajapati walking back for just one. Qurum lose their first for two on the board.
उसको यही पसंद है करने दो इतना आसान नहीं है next step that's the next step one ball to come right down round Cavadino ek
Single here for Shoaib. Off the mark right away. And a single to end the over. Shoaib will retain strike as well. A successful over for Dean and his side, 3 for 1. One over gone, 3 for 1, Qurum Thunders. Looks like it's going to be a spin from both ends. Shoaib Khan, he's in good touch actually. Yesterday didn't come good. Oh, that's played really well. That is really well played indeed. 4 for the taking. You miss your mark as a bowler, then this is what you're treated with, especially in this format. Kashyap is invited with a boundary.
That's a rare sight from Kashyap because he's been so tidy with that new ball. This time just drifting down leg. But very good adjustment as well by Shoaib over there and picking it up very early to play it in the vacant region. I'll tell you what, no room for error here. It's T10. 60 deliveries have to be spot on.
This is inside out and marvellously hit. This will travel the distance too. The first shot was warm up for Shoaib. This one is full floor.
Yes, strong on both sides of the wicket, Shoaib Khan. He's in the national side for a reason. That's because he can manufacture such good-looking hits. This is not easy to play, let me tell you. And he's got maximum on that as well. Very fine hitting by Shoaib Khan. The top four of Qurum Thunders are world beaters on their day. KP misses out. Shoaib comes in and plays some delightful strokes.
Kashif's got some thinking to do. The first two balls have disappeared. One's gone into the boundary, one's gone beyond it. We'll keep it flat. No, he's still giving it some air, and that would be troublesome indeed. That's the line of attack that's got 4 written all over it. Shoaib is one of the best sweepers of the ball as well. He latches onto the ball so very easily and quickly.
And that's where I fail to understand the tactics here of Kashif Ali. He has a packed offside field, but he's drifting it down leg without any protection. He has 5 fielders inside the circle on the off, but that line of his is middle and leg. And all of a sudden what it's done is that it's brought about a change in the field as well. So mid-wicket moves to deep square leg and short square leg moves to short mid-wicket, just to stop that 4 which has gone twice in that region towards the deep square leg.
Oh, this is huge. This is humongous. This is into the second round. Shoaib's getting better and better with each delivery he faces. 21 of 5. What a start. Qurum Thunders, despite losing an early wicket, have come out all guns blazing.
Qurum Thunders have got 23 runs on the board and 21 have come from the bat of Shoaib, who's just walked in at the fall of Kashyap Prajapati. He's walked in and he's just played and treated bowlers with utter disdain. Look at his eyes wide open, and he's just found the home runs so much with ease over there. And as always, we go ball hunting, Suhas.
Yeah, that box of balls, that famous box of balls which has been out there on the ground today as any other fielder.
It's coming out like box of cupcakes right now, particularly for the Qurum Thunders, for the kind of batting they've displayed.
But it's not going to sell like hotcakes though. It's going to be very carefully cherry-picked. The one that the umpire feels looks similar, looks like a twin of the one that just got lost. This was the first boundary. If you think that was easy, look at the third ball as well. This was inside out, of course. One of Shoaib's favourite shots that went for 6. Now look at this one, the same area that he chose for the first boundary as well. Even easier. Kashif didn't learn from that. This one was in the slot and out of here.
He's played in the V, he's played in the W, he's played behind the wicket.
But it's spelling trouble for Kashif.
And all of a sudden Kashif has conceded 20 in 4 deliveries, and the T10 in Oman has welcomed him with a rude shock in this particular game. He's begun well, let me tell you. He's one of their marquee players, player of the match in the very first outing. Almost he took his team through last evening as well. Shoaib wants that ball to be rechecked. I don't think so. He's pleased with the white ball. He needs it to be scraped a little bit because it has a little bit more shine than comfort for him at the moment.
You mean to say that he's seeing the ball so well, that he'd seen it so well that he knows the indentations on it as well. He wants it to be a twin of the one that just got lost. I think Shoaib's suggesting, I will give you the manpower to try and search for the ball, but don't change it.
And they're further adding is, why don't we retrieve the ball that's been hit some time back? Why can't we wait and retrieve that? And that's what they're waiting for. And looks like everybody's on job at the moment to bring that white ball.
But Mikhail, I'll tell you what, precious time is ticking by. Very precious time is ticking by as we wait for the retrieval of that particular ball.
Yes, this is not a good, and Pranav Mehta as well is not too pleased because it's delay, it's unnecessary delay, and we cannot afford that. And that's where the umpires need to intervene and begin with play and say we need to move on.
I have a question here for you, Mikhail. If the umpire has chosen a ball, saying this looks similar to the one that was just hit outside, does the batter have the right to say, all right, no, I want the same one? or the umpire, isn't it, who's saying this looks similar to the one that was just bowled. Here you go, let's continue, because umpire knows the importance of time in the game.
Absolutely. All the umpire can do to just appease with the batter is to maybe scrape the ball a little bit more to ensure that it matches the condition of the original ball that's been dispatched. Well, the men with the plan over there, Abhishek Shekhawat, Kapil Venkatachalam, they've been doing the hard yards in Oman cricket, and they've put across a very fine tournament as well. But what a sight this is, as the sun is dipping during the twilight zone in the backdrop of the mountains and under lights. We are at the Oman Cricket Academy, Suhas.
Very beautiful indeed. Oman's called the Pearl of Arabia. Maybe that is the pearl.
Right, from the nice little sunset that we are witnessing to the lovely lights that are being switched on at the Oman Cricket Academy. It's transition time here as we move from day to night. 4 matches lined up. Unnecessary delay, may I add once again. And by now we would have completed nearly 2 overs.
Mikhail, taking the conversation that we were having with you yesterday as well, this precious time also because the batter is now getting settled to the twilight as well. It's not like he's facing deliveries at the moment, which otherwise could have made it a little difficult for him. The batter is at little ease now.
And Suhas, it's fairly understandable if you're just having one game to be played. We're seeing the sun setting, we're seeing the moon as well now emerging. We can only see it in this side of the world.
Thank God Shoaib's not saying that looks like the ball that I just hit there, so retrieve that for me.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, let me tell you one more thing. We have 4 games today. It's not just we're having one, we're having 4 games today, so the importance of time is very important. Talk about football.
Alright, yeah, 90 minutes plus extra time. You mean to say this is extra time and that's in football parlance? Oh, that's a brilliant goal indeed. That forward's done an excellent job. The only problem here is there isn't a referee.
And there's no time delay over here. How quickly he retrieved the ball this time. And he's saying, let's go, play on.
Meanwhile, oh yes.
This is not a good sign, Suhas. This is not a good sign, let me tell you.
Not a good sign at all. Bit of... This person just said, I signed up to be the ground staff. I'm on first floor.
And soon he may be on the terrace as well, the way it's going, because that ball is not to be found. Oh, has he?
Well done. Oh, I think he's searching. There is a buffet for him out there. He's searching and saying probably this one. Check. Would you believe it? There was so much time that was definitely ticking by. A precious, precious time. Pranav Mehta is livid with what has just transpired.
The urgency shown by the umpire this time, but running with the ball to his position. But I must add, it's been an unnecessary delay, very strange circumstances over here in the middle. And Kashif Ali as well.
You know that the time has elapsed when in between cricket we had to show you football and a goal was also scored.
And they also resumed after scoring that goal.
Oh, absolutely. We'll keep you posted on that game as well. Oh, this is great hit. This is a great hit indeed. 4 for the taking. This is extra bounce and Kashif's wondering where do I ball to Shoaib. 4, 6, 4, 6, 4. If this is the sequence, then this over should end with a 6. He is making the mathematicians feel happy. That's for sure. 4, 6, 4, 6, 4.
Yes, and he's happy that he's got the ball which he's been dispatching. So there's a special connection here between Shoaib and that ball being delivered at him. He's pulled that once again. Has he found the fielder? Not really. Fielded by Ahmed Khan. At short fine leg. Very good, quick footed Ahmed Khan, the senior pro, showing his boys this is how you do it in the middle. 2 overs gone. It's 28 for 1.
The sun is bidding goodbye behind those mountains, and the sun is suggesting you use this while I'm gone. I'll be there tomorrow morning. The artificial lights taking effect. There you go. Mohsin takes it on the bounce. Well stopped. Really well stopped. And well kept as well. That was a wild throw. Had to be tamed. Jatinder Singh, he's kept quiet. He's had the best seat in the house while Shoaib has been smashing it to all parts. Mikhail.
Once again, chips it over the infield and that'll go to the boundary as well. Shoaib Khan has come with a plan and the plan is to attack from ball number 1. Dean or Kashif, the treatment will be the same. They are racing along with a lovely score in the middle, 34 for 1 in the third over.
Fantastic hit indeed. He knew exactly what he was doing. Opens the face of the bat at the last moment to access the vacant gap. Gets 4 for the taking. 31 of 9. What an innings this is turning out to be. 34 runs for the whole side. Oh, more! In fact, more. 6 it is, and in the sea of blue, the ball lands. This sea of blue as well is happy. What a dugout this is turning out to be. They're absolutely enjoying. As soon as the camera moved away from them, you could see a couple of them dancing. Oh, this is a marvelous hit indeed. Pranav Mehta is not only concerned about that 6, he's also concerned about the ball being retrieved. Will it be in time or will he ask for the same ball again?
And I'm concerned about the delay now. Having a look at Dean Foxcroft, just looking at the green turf. Once again, the ball has disappeared and they'll retrieve that. And until they get that, we'll have to wait. The fact of the matter remains is that the 6 hitting may have slowed proceedings in the middle. But one thing is very clear. Shoaib Khan, after the departure of Kashyap Prajapati, has taken over an emphatic style. He has just made batting look very easy. But once again, we are waiting for the ball to be retrieved. And looks like we have good news coming in. That's because the ball may have just been spotted. Ah, there it is. Once again, we'll see a little bit of a jog. Takes me back to my days of playing cricket, where you would always wait for the ball to come back when we played with our friends.
But you were hitting them into that auntie's house who never wanted to give you the ball back.
We would plead and somehow manage to get it back and hit it back again over there.
Oh, those broken, shattered window panes.
Back up, back up!
Single here, Dean Foxcroft. Dean Foxcroft has given 3 singles away and 2 boundary balls away in the over. Jatinder Singh is on strike, and that too after a very, very long time.
Yes, he's hardly got any strike so far in this match.
Well done, yaar. Chal Ghazi.
Single towards long on, behind the second run. Ghazanfar in the deep does a very fine job of keeping it to 1 and a good throw as well to round it off. Another very productive over here coming for Qurum Thunders. They get 14 off it, 3 gone, it's 42 for 1.
Jatinder Singh 3 or 4. Kashyap Kumar Prajapati went early. Shoaib Khan is sending the ball to all parts of the ground, and sometimes it's getting difficult to find out where exactly it lands. 42 for 1 here. The Qurum Thunders. Four games here for Ghazanfar. That economy 11.5. Where Ghazanfar is going to float the ball up, tease the batter and try and pick up his wicket. Jatinder Singh with his trademark shot. 1 into the boundary, 1 bounce. There's a sense of style and class that you can never take away from Jatinder. And he's invited Ghazanfar with a shot that just cannot have a field set to.
Cheeky, but he was very well aware of the field as well. He knew Ahmed Khan was inside the circle, not the quickest as well. So it was a percentage shot that clicked. This time he plays it on the off towards covers. They steal a single. Oh, that could be the end as well. A direct hit by Kashif Ali, and Jatinder was struggling. It's been referred, but the body language suggests that Jatinder will have to walk back, and in fact he is walking back to the dugout. That was a very fine piece of fielding effort. Kashif Ali may have been hit for runs, but he's redeemed himself with a very fine piece of fielding. He had only one stump to aim at, and he takes good aim and just has a direct hit at that, and he's gone. No way close to getting inside. What a wicket.
The red one will go on. The red one will go on. Yes, eventually the red one comes out. Both the lights came out for some reason. Jatinder Singh's gone. 46 for the loss of second. He's called for two. He's called for two. Shoaib will get there. The throw rather wasn't at the striker's end, I beg your pardon.
Interesting. Had that been another direct hit, I feel the batter was struggling there. The fielder's body language suggested that that was another very close run, and a direct hit would have easily resulted in another very close call. Hashir off the mark with 2 runs, and Shoaib would have been struggling in that second run. All happening here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
Protection in the deep for just that shot. He'll pick up a single, and Hashir comes on strike.
Hello, boy. Next stump. Two balls.
This should be taken and will be taken. Catch practice for Shehbaz. Hashir, first ball goes for glory. Can't blame him. That is what D10 is about.
And all of a sudden, Qurum Thunders, when they were looked like going very strongly, find themselves with a little bit of a loss in concentration right now. Chipped straight to mid-wicket. Shehbaz Nasser says, thank you very much. Very nicely taken, in complete control of that one. Hashir has to depart. Ghazanfar strikes. Ghubrah Giants back in the game. He goes for 0. Qurum Thunders 49 for 3.
Want to go? ये गिर गया तो 90 भी मुश्किल होने 90 क्या 80 भी मसले एक ही विकेट है इधर
What a moment of madness in the middle for Qurum Thunders. Is it another wicket? Pranav Mehta is always excited behind the stumps, but this time he's certain, and so are the fielders as well. And does this also mean that Shoaib Khan is struggling? It's all happening over here. We'll have to take a look at the replays once again. But Ghubrah Giants are making a very strong comeback.
And the proactive keeper. The feet was up. Indeed, the foot was up. The foot was up. He was losing balance. Pranav Mehta waited for the right moment to attack. He did not disturb the bail as soon as he collected the ball. He waited for the batter to fall over. Well, let's see what the umpire says. Gone.
Pranav Mehta has produced a moment of brilliance and smart work behind the stumps. Was the batter's leg in the air?
It absolutely was, because the red light came on. Pranav Mehta.
The batter standing his ground. Shoaib Khan refuses to go back to the dugout.
Today's Shoaib Khan's in the mood of refusal.
But he cannot deny the decision. He'll have to walk back dejected, yes. Disappointed, yes. 41 and 14.
Brilliant innings indeed. 41 and just 14. Well, the decisive frame is when the bail is clipped and is is out of the groove. 49 for 4 and 4. Four was gone. 49 for 4. Shoaib Khan was going really well. Loses his balance. Pranav Mehta whips the bails off. Suraj Kumar has come out to bat. Mohsin will roll his arm over. Such a strange way of getting dismissed, isn't it? He was going so well. 41 and just 14 balls. And then loses his balance. 8.4 the economy for Mohsin Qureshi.
$49 for 4. How quickly the weather changes in the T10 format. It was bright and sunny, and now it's winter time here. Ghubrah Giants. It's yellow all over the Oman Academy right now.
Off the mark right away. Now let's have a look at the last ball of the previous over. Is this a moment of brilliance from Pranav Mehta, or a lapse in concentration from the batter, or both?
Mohsin to continue. We'll come back with the dismissal in a while.
That's a cracking hit, and it's also gone through the hands. Has it gone the distance is a bigger question here. Shehbaz, who's just completed a very good catch, has let one burst through his hands.
And he knows he's let go of something that should have been a catch. He should have taken. Now this was picked from outside off, dispatched over mid-wicket. Oh, that should have been taken. He overran that, misjudged it. It was flat and it was travelling. Didn't get body behind it, and he knows that should have been taken.
Fingers pointing upwards as well at a time when the ball was dipping so well. I think he just lost the ball as well in artificial lights. Much better from Mohsin. Mohsin could have had a wicket right away, isn't it? Shehbaz usually such a good fielder. You could see that it's still playing on his mind. A ball had elapsed thereafter, but it's still playing on Shehbaz's mind.
And looking at the way Suraj has come out to bat, he is not here to waste time. And that's where the fielders need to be more alert, because they'll be kept interested, because Suraj is not the ones to just play along the carpet.
Lets this one go. White ball signaled.
Way too short for comfort over there. Decides the umpire, and one for the over as well. I'll tell you what, Suraj has been sent with a plan from the dugout. You can sense it. He's going to take his chances.
Absolutely, he's a terrific hitter of the cricket ball, especially straight down the ground. Magnificent runner between the wickets. He's a complete package, Suraj. He's pushing for the second run, but he's hit it straight to the fielder. Only one would be available. Oh, he's such an exciting cricketer to watch indeed, Suraj. This was the wicket, of course.
Now this will keep us all interested. What happened at the point of impact when the bails were off? Ah, that's a very, very good decision. That's a top decision by the third umpire, and great glove work by Pranav. Presence of mind, his alertness. That is street smart cricket.
The proactiveness to lift the bails only when it matters the most. You usually hit the iron when it's hot.
Very enterprising, Pranav, as a person, and he brought all of that in that dismissal of his.
It's very interesting. I would really like to know his thought process, especially when with Shoaib, someone who's doing so very well. Pranav was able to sense that he's lost balance. He hadn't lost balance at that time. He was able to sense that he will in 3 seconds or so.
Very fine delivery again. Very nice over here by Motion. We'll keep this chat alive, Suhas, on the other side of it with the other comms coming in. But 8 of it, 57 for 4 after 5.
आजा भाग के आजा
Qurum Thunders were smiling some time back, but all of a sudden some serious faces in the dugout. That's because at the halfway stage they've lost 4 wickets for 57 runs and everything has happened in a jiffy. Concerned faces, but they have the batters who can get it along in the next 5 overs, and to take you through all of it, it's going to be Shoaib Ahmed and Ashok Purohit.
Thank you, Mikhail. Yes, interesting passage of play in the first 5 overs. Qurum Thunders have lost 4 wickets. They have some runs on the board, but the wickets column is a concern for Qurum Thunders. Meanwhile, spin bowling being brought into the attack. Change in the bowling as well for Ghubrah Giants. Sanjay Ravindra has been brought into the attack, and joining me in the comm box is Ashok. Good evening.
Very good evening, Shoaib. Some smart wicket keeping there by Pranav. He's been excellent behind the wickets.
Good start from Sanjay and a quick run taken. Well, that was a wild throw from Kashif, but no damage. Ahmed was on the backup. So 58 on the board for Qurum Thunders. Where do you think Qurum Thunders will end at by the end of the 10th over?
Should be eyeing anything plus 100 or around 100. That's what the target would be for Qurum Thunders.
Oh, that's clean bowled. Sanjay strikes this time. Naeem wanted to go for a shot, but that ball was a yorker. He just had to dig it out somehow. Couldn't do it. And the sound of timber. Sanjay is a happy man. Ghubrah Giants are looking good. And they are looking really, really impressive.
Yes, that's a very fine bowling there by Sanjay Ravindra. Got it in the block hole. Rana completely misses it and is castled. Wonderful bowling there by Sanjay Ravindra. Rana has to go back. Out for 5 of similar number of balls. Qurum Thunder 58 for 5 in 5.2. Ayyappa, the new batter. Qurum Thunders. Ayyappa Konira Rattan, a left-handed batter. Not an impressive strike rate he has so far, but has got a potential to go for some big shots there.
Yes, half the team is back in the dugout for Qurum Thunders. This spells trouble. Meanwhile, Ghubrah Giants will look to capitalize on this situation. Another flighted delivery. Sanjay Ravindra. What this has done is put Qurum Thunders in a spot of bother. They don't know what a good total is. And I think it was a good call from the captain of Qurum Thunders to win the toss and bowl first and put Qurum Thunders to bat.
Indeed, Ghubrah Giants did the right call.
Well done, well done.
Singles won't really trouble Ghubrah Giants here. Boundaries literally dried up.
Well, that is the question. How long do you wait before you start attacking again? And that is a very tricky question that will need some answering from Qurum Thunders. Both these players are new to the crease. Suraj, we know for a fact, is a very skillful batsman, but he's not an explosive batter. He's not someone who will come and go all guns blazing. Ayyappa, I haven't seen much, but he too will need some time to settle in before he goes full throttle.
Sanjay Ravindra. Sorry. There is a chance for stumping there for Pranav. Misses it. Fails to collect it cleanly. Chance they missed. Qurum Thunder's lucky. Ayyappa comes out and there's a simple stumping chance there for Pranav.
Well, single taken on the ball, last ball of the over. And a good over in the context of the game. Just 4 of it and a wicket as well. Qurum Thunders 61 for 5 after 6.
Shoaib Khan, the standout performer, 41 of just 14. Rest of the batters, Jatinder, Kashyap, Hashirs, all out in single digits, 61 for 5. Dean Foxcroft, Ghazanfar Iqbal and Sanjay Ravindra among wickets.
Ghazanfar Iqbal is the only successful bowler. Of course, Ravindra also joining that list of bowlers who've done well for Ghubrah Giants. Overall, a good bowling effort as of now. And I'm saying that because history has shown us Ghubrah Giants tend to lose the momentum and the grip on the game in the second half of the innings. In the last 2 matches as well, Ghubrah Giants were really good in the first few overs and then just faded away. Hopefully that changes for Ghubrah Giants tonight.
Yes, that's a hit and a miss. Mohsin back into the attack after conceding 8 in his first over. Ayyappa dancing down the pitch, misses it, lets it go to the wicket keeper. 61 for 5. Qurum Thunders would need some boundaries here.
That's right, Qurum Thunders need a few boundaries to build momentum in their favour, but Mohsin is a very tricky customer. He knows his strengths. Mixes it up really nicely. This one's been played nice and clean. That'll go the distance, will it? We'll have to wait for the umpire signal. Yes, it is. Gone the distance, half a dozen. And that is a glorious shot from the bat of Ayyappa. Such a pleasure to watch, especially a left-handed batsman going up and playing it straight down the ground is always a treat to the eyes.
He wanted to do it in the previous delivery. He had missed it. This time he got it. Connects it very well, and that's a beautiful 6.
Well, that will definitely boost his confidence, Ayyappa. And this is a power play over, mind you. So just 2 fielders are allowed outside the 30-yard circle. Oh, full toss, and we'll wait for the umpire's signal. Checking. Yes, a no ball. So that means a free hit as well. So Mohsin losing focus, and as I rightly predicted, Ghubrah Giants are just giving away the game.
Yes, as expected. There's a bit of complacency that's creeping in Ghubrah Giants' fielding as well as bowling attack. So just 2 fielders, one on the off and one on the, both on the off side, on side, sorry.
Short ball pulled and will go in the vacant area behind square leg for 4. Not the greatest of choices while deciding to bowl that short ball to Suraj. He was anticipating that ball and it was way too high from Mohsin. And that gave him the chance, the opportunity. Look at that. A lot of time available for Suraj to play that shot. And he does well to get 4 runs.
Suraj's anticipation was the key here. He anticipated that quickly and got into the position and hooked it for a much needed boundary. Suraj Kumar can score quick runs, has the ability to hit some glorious shots not only on the ground but over the ropes. This time it's piercing, beautiful shot, piercing the fielders through the extra cover and mid-off region for a boundary.
Well, that is Suraj for you. He is very classy. He'll play all the shots and he's got a very stable mind as well. Very focused. That shot tells you a story. Look at that. Played it nice and along the carpet in the gap and has got 4 runs for himself and the team.
A slow ball this time by Mohsin. Just a single there. Ghazanfar, the fielder there.
Yes, just a single. Ayyappa is on 9, Suraj on 13. After this over, there are 3 more overs to go. So there is a possibility for Qurum Thunders to come back in this game. If they can get to 100, 105, they've got a very strong bowling lineup. Ghubrah, on the other hand, will want them to restrict around 95 if possible. And for that, they need to take wickets and they need to have a plan. As of now, that plan is missing.
Quite true, Shoaib here. Again a single. And that's 2 runs there. A misfield.
Well, that's good running between the wickets. It was straight to Ahmed at short third man. He just fumbled a little bit and they've sneaked 2 runs out of that. So not a great fielding effort from Ghubrah Giants. End of over number 7. Qurum Thunders are 80 for 5.
A worried dugout there. Qurum Thunders. They knew they had a good start with Shoaib exploding, but Ghubrah Giants have come back strongly. This is a nice looking shot of Sanjaya, but just a run. Suraj and Ayyappa trying to stitch a partnership here.
Sanjaya has been pretty impressive so far. Bowls that Yorker really well. He does that again. That's a good ball to be bowling, especially in the D10 format. Not a lot of players can score runs off a Yorker. So it's a tried and tested formula. Players should follow that.
He's quite accurate there. Sanjay is bowling some accurate Yorkers there. This time Suraj goes. Huge one over the mid-off boundary.
What a great shot that is. One for the ages. Suraj is getting into the groove. He knows his responsibility in Qurum Thunders. He has to play well. He has to perform under pressure. And time again, Suraj is doing that for his team. Look at that. Great use of feet. Coming inside out. Always very difficult to play that up and over extra cover. And he's not just cleared the boundary. He's cleared the boundary by a long distance. So that means that he's middling the ball really well. Qurum Thunders now reaching a good total of 88 in 7.3 overs.
Suraj showing his class. That was a beautiful shot. Came down the pitch and struck it cleanly.
That's fine. Keep it tight on his legs.
This is the 6 which Suraj hit. Came down the pitch and what a clean hitting. This time again he comes down, hits it straight and there's a chance of a run out there. Ayyappa back in the crease.
Well done, well done. Dile jaake.
Ayyappa was backing there too much. Had to be sent back. This time goes for a reverse.
Oh, Sanjay.
hit. Connects it very well for a much needed boundary.
Well, Suraj is playing all around the park. He's become the number 360-degree player. Qurum Thunders needed him, and he's delivering the goods for the team. What a great shot that is. Look at that, reverse swept, and from the meat of the bat, one bounce into the boundary for 4. Suraj is toying with the bowlers right now, and he's bringing Qurum Thunders back into the game.
This time Sanjay tries to pull the ball back. Once he sees Suraj coming down the track, there was a chance of a run out there. Sanjay fails to collect it cleanly and is safe in the crease. 2 more runs, 94 for 5 after 8 overs. Suraj Kumar taking over the responsibilities after Shoaib Khan's departure at 41 with 26 of just 12 balls. Few of the players and fans watching the
watching their phone and the game as well, and I think they're watching themselves on the phone. They're watching the game online as well. If you've tuned us on our different channels across different mediums. Slapped straight down the ground for a single, looking for 2, will settle for 1. Ghazanfar has been brought into the attack. He's been the most effective bowler for Ghubrah Giants so far. 2 wickets for him, given away 8 runs. 5 more deliveries to go. Let's quickly check the field placement. Of course, there's a change for Suraj. So the point fielder comes in. 4 fielders inside the circle. Short cover, point, third man, and short fine leg.
Ghazanfar still adjusting his fielders. Bowls a short ball. Goes for a swivel pull shot, but doesn't connect it very well. Just a single there for Ayyappa. Ayyappa on strike. Ghazanfar keeping it very tight. Just conceded 9 runs. This time Ayyappa goes for a big hit. Fails to connect properly. Just a single there. Runs not coming as Qurum Thunders would have wished.
Well, they got a good over the previous one. But in this over, yes, Ghazanfar has just given away 3 singles. So that's a good comeback from Ghubrah Giants. Can he maintain it though? Big hit. Beautifully smacked. Suraj is changing the game onto his head. What a great shot that is. 103 runs on the board with that 6. Suraj has taken a liking towards Ghubrah Giants. He's making them pay.
That's a mighty hit by Suraj Kumar. Down on his knees. Hoists it over the scoreboard boundary. What a terrific hit there by Suraj Kumar.
Well, at the pace that Ghazanfar bowls at, it's easy pickings if it's in the slot, and Suraj Kumar does not miss that. He's moved on to 33 of just 14. Wide of the long off fielder, looking for 2. Throw at the keeper, and not the greatest of throws. That will allow the batter Suraj to get those 2 runs and keep strike with himself.
Qurum Thunders cross the 100 mark. That should be a total they can hope to fight, challenge Ghubrah Giants. This time a full toss. Chance of a run out there. But Suraj is safe. Ghazanfar keeping it tight. Ends his over by conceding just 19 runs. Qurum Thunders 106 for 5 with an over to spare. बाकी तो देखो
last over better.
Last over to come. Qurum Thunders 106 for 5. Suraj Kumar batting for a well-made 36 of just 16 balls. Ayyappa 14. Kashif Ali coming for his last over. Had conceded 25 runs in his first over.
Well, he had a very expensive first over. He would want to forget that and start afresh. Low full toss, first ball up in the air, just clearing the fielder. Good try from the fielder. But Suraj, the form that he is in, he's not going to stop. Every ball is going out of the park from the meat of his bat. And this time it's no different. He's middled it and it's gone the distance.
Not a ball to bowl in the last over for Kashif, with Suraj in such a rampaging form here.
Reverse sweep. Oh, that's a brilliant shot. Suraj has taken the game to the next level. And he is absolutely wonderful with the bat. A magical performance under pressure. Qurum Thunders were in a spot of bother. And from there, they've come to a very comfortable position thanks to this man.
Suraj is just shining like his name. Suraj, sun. He's bright. He's exploding with runs, sixes and fours coming off his blade. Giving all credit to his name, which in Hindi means the sun. Sorry, in English means the sun.
Oh yes, he's shining in the midnight. It's evening here. And he's still shining. The sun will not set at the Oman Cricket Academy. Suraj gets another one. This time even bigger. This time even better. And this ball, this shot should be given 12 runs instead of 6. Because Suraj is in blistering form, gets to his 50 in just 19 deliveries. And mind you, he came in a situation where Qurum Thunders were in a spot of bother. They didn't know what to do. And there came the answer. Suraj Kumar, 4 fours, 4 sixes and 52 runs in just 19 deliveries.
A strike rate of 273. This time again goes for a pull shot. Doesn't connect it. And there's a misfield there. Another 4 runs for Suraj Kumar. Suraj races to 56. Just 20 balls. He has hit 56 runs. This time he goes. Doesn't get the timing there, and that's poor fielding by Shahbaz Nasser. Let goes 3 more runs.
Flicks it off the pads. Will be a single. You remember at the start of this conversation, around the 5th over, I told you, Ghubrah Giants have a tendency of losing momentum and the grip on the game. And I've been proven right, unfortunately. Ghubrah Giants, after having such a great position in the game, have given away runs. They've dropped catches and they've also misfielded and also some poor bowling. So everything going against Ghubrah Giants. Last ball of the over, last ball of the match coming up, of the innings, and it's a low full toss, outside off, straight into the hands, and he drops it, or is it a catch? I think it's a drop. We'll have to just check, because I think he was throwing the ball and that's when the ball slipped out of his hands. The famous Herschel Gibbs incident comes to your mind in the World Cup 1999. Has he dropped the match for Ghubrah Giants?
Yes, it looks more like a drop catch here, but the fielder Shahbaz Nasser saying that he took the catch and he was throwing back the ball. Here we can see in the slow motion, he picks it. It's a catch, and then the ball slips out of his hand.
Well, I think it's a catch. I've got a feeling that it's a catch. We'll have to wait for the confirmation. But my personal opinion is that it's a catch because he was in control of the ball and he was about to throw it. So he had completed the catch and he was throwing it back. We'll have to wait and watch. But look at that. He holds the ball in his hands. The catch is completed. He's in momentum. Now he's throwing it towards the keeper, and that's when the ball slips out of his hands.
We'll have to wait for the umpire's decision, and he's been given out.
Well, whether that's a catch or not, we'll find that out pretty soon, but this has been a brilliant performance from Suraj. It has been declared out. That's the official confirmation, and that means that wicket was done, and that last ball, the runs that they took will not be counted. So we'll come back with the final score. But right now, it's Ghubrah Giants who are on the back foot. Qurum Thunders from nowhere have come into a commanding position and look like favourites by the end of the 10th over.
Absolutely, Shoaib. Suraj Kumar unbeaten with that 57 of just 21 balls. He's the standout player, and Shoaib Khan the other major run getter, 41 of just 14, 127 for 6. Qurum Thunders openers Kashyap and Jaditer failed to fire. Shoaib Khan took on the reins, then made a very good 14 ball 41. Hashir got caught out for a duck. Rana Naeem and Ayyappa couldn't do much.
127 for 6 is the score. Meanwhile, Ghubrah Giants bowling. Dean Foxcroft, 2 overs 17 and a wicket. Kashif Ali got a wicket, but he was very expensive. 46 he's given away in his 2 overs. Ghazanfar, 2 overs 19 for 2. He was the pick of the bowlers. And Mohsin Qureshi and Sanjay Ravindra bowling 2 overs but not getting any wickets. 2 extras in that innings. 127 for 6 is what the total was. Now let's take you towards the highlights of the first innings. Of course, that was a good start from Ghubrah Giants. As usual, they've been very, very good when it comes to taking starts in the match. But then they lose the grip of the game. That was a beautiful shot there. But overall, Qurum Thunders looked really good until this happened. Jatinder Singh was run out with a direct hit from Kashif Ali. But that didn't stop Qurum Thunders. Yes, in the middle overs, they lost a few wickets. And they couldn't get the momentum in their favour. Ghubrah Giants were all over Qurum Thunders. But then came a man, and his name was Suraj Kumar. He came out and he started hitting those shots all around the park. Some over the covers, some towards the mid-wicket, and some towards the square leg as well. He was never going to stop. And that definitely got Qurum Thunders out of trouble into a very comfortable position in the end.
Yes, it has been an astounding display by Suraj Kumar, and that's the last ball wicket.
So that is it. Ghubrah Giants, when they come out to bat in the second innings, they will need 128 runs in their allotted 10 overs. Will they be able to chase it or not? We'll find that out after a short break. Good evening and welcome back to Oman Cricket Academy. SkyExchange.net presents fan code Oman D10. Match number 14, Qurum Thunders versus Ghubrah Giants, live from Oman Cricket Academy.
This is Qurum Thunder's innings. Shoaib Khan for 41. Suraj Kumar not out 57. The standout performers. Jatinder Kashyap Kumar couldn't do much.
Bowling guard, send big hand.
127 for 6. Ghubrah Giants. Ghazanfar Iqbal the pick of the bowlers. 2 for 19 runs. Dean Foxcroft, Kashif Ali and Sanjay Ravindra among wickets.
Target bhi de dega.
Ghubrah Giants need 128 to win in 10 overs.
बुला लें umpires को, बुला लें. बुलाएं.
Right, so we're all set for the second innings where Ghubrah Giants have their work cut out. At one moment in the game, we thought that it will be a struggle for Qurum Thunders to come out and score even 100. But what they've done is they've exceeded that expectation. They've done well for themselves, and a lot of credit has to go to Suraj Kumar, the way he batted in that innings. Under pressure, he's come out and he's performed, and he's given us a reason why he's in the national side, for that experience, for that talent. Full marks for that effort.
Absolutely stunning effort by Suraj Kumar. They came at a time when they needed a big innings. And here are the Ghubrah Giants openers, Dean Foxcroft and Kashif Ali. So here we can see Abhishek Shekhawat, the head of commercials and business development at Oman Cricket, has done a wonderful job so far, brought in a lot of changes here. So as the two batters come to the crease, we have another change in the comp team, welcoming Suhas Vedam here. Good evening, Suhas.
Very good evening, Mr. Ashok. Jatinder Singh, will he be rolling his arm over? No, I don't think so. He's checking the ball out. This man, Ghazanfar, can turn things around single-handedly. 90.48 the strike rate. And I think we can add another column that tells you how hard he hits the ball. And that'll be at the end of the spectrum, the other end.
Dean Foxcroft and Kashif Ali, the two foreign players hired by Ghubrah Giants to bring glory for them. So a lot would depend on these two players. Ganesh Chandrasekhar to open the attack for Qurum Thunders.
Gets a bit of swing initially. Would want to see if he can generate that under these conditions. Came on pretty straight. And Dean Foxcroft picks up a single and opens the account. Let's have a look at the field that's set for Ghazanfar. Fine legs inside the circle, long gone in place, deep mid-wicket in place. And of course, a man just in front of square at the edge of the circle. 4 inside the circle on the off, make it 5 with captain Jatinder at mid-off. Outside off shall be the line. And he's chopped it on! Ghazanfar has chopped it on! The under edge has disobeyed him.
The ball didn't come to the bat as expected. Ghazanfar going for an expansive shot, pull shot, misses it, gets the inside edge and he chops onto a wicket. A very big wicket there for Qurum Thunders. Ghubrah Giants 1 for 1 of the second ball of the innings.
It was very well bowled indeed. Ghazanfar walks early without troubling the scorers. 1 for 1. 1 for 1. Kashif's come to the middle. Every time he's inherited a poor scorecard, he's produced the goods. 194.92. That strike rate tells a story in itself. Opens the face of the bat, but will go straight to the fielder at backward point. Samay is one of the quickest in the side. Qurum Thunders are a terrific fielding side too, mind you. They'd want to elongate. We'll get back to it in just a bit. This is why Kashif's there in the middle. Ghazanfar with the swivel, and it is a well-planned wicket from Ganesh.
Exactly. Qurum Thunders relied a lot on Ganesh, and he has delivered.
The idea to leave one of Ghazanfar's favourite areas, that is the deep mid-wicket, open to make him play that shot was magnificent indeed. And so is this. On the rise. And on the rise is this man as well, Kashif.
A beautiful shot. Took the ball on the rise, hammered it past the mid-off boundary for a huge 6.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He wasn't dancing down the track in straight lines. He also created that little bit of room in case the ball cuts back in a little. He's able to negotiate that too. This is marvellous thinking. Here's a man who plays a lot of cricket around the world, and he's showing that class. Swing and a miss. He'll be kicking himself. 9 out of 10 times would have threaded it through the cover region. What a terrific keeper he is. Suraj. With a bat in hand, 52. How impressed are you with the way Suraj has announced himself in fan code Oman D10?
Absolutely thrilled with his attacking display.
This is magical indeed. He's bowling according to a plan here. Has already produced a wicket. Will he change the speed at which he's bowling this one though? Poor delivery. Didn't want to target the legs of the batter. That's good work from Muniz Ansari. Mind you, he's setting an example for all the youngsters. Muniz Ansari, once a stalwart, always a stalwart. 1 over gone, 8 for 1. Ghazanfar is lost in thought, and I think he's replaying his dismissal 10,000 times. Muniz Ansari will share the new ball. Watch out for the slingy action.
Slingy Malinga, as he's called here on the domestic circuit.
He's earned a name for himself around the world, isn't it? I can never forget the way he dismissed Kyron Pollard. Pollard was absolutely confused. Trapped him in front. Up went the finger. Yeah, Abu Dhabi T10. Muniz Ansari. And of course he was magnificent with his Yorkers as well in the World Cup 2016. The field that has been set for Kashif, it's a ring on the offside. It's an absolute ring. There's a long on in place on the leg. And that's the only fielder. And of course long off on the off. Well, that should be gone. It is. Soft dismissal. Soft dismissal of Kashif. Shoaib smiles. He's completed the catch. Muniz Ansari didn't take long to provide the impact that is being brought in to provide.
What a big breakthrough day for Qurum Thunders. Absolutely much needed breakthrough here. Kashif was looking dangerous, and that's a low full toss, gets the wicket. Shoaib picks up a good catch.
It's hurt him, but that's going to be sweet pain indeed. Kashif departs for a paltry 7. The double Gs lose their second for 8 on the board. Well, the umpires and of course Mr. Kapil Venkatachalam, Mr. Matthew, Mr. Balakrishnan, Rahul Asher, our very own Pushpa Raj.
8 for 2. Monish Ansari strikes off the first ball, and here we see Pranav Mehta, who has been excellent behind the wicket with the gloves. Strike rate of 166. He can hit some big hits. Quite used to this turf.
Wanted to play the reverse first ball. Pranav Mehta has come out marching to his own drum beats. Such is the experience of Monish Ansari. When he sees the batter do something different as well, he just continues to bowl what he had planned to bowl. Well, the idea was right though, with the fielders inside the circle. Had Pranav connected, would have definitely got 4. But here is Monish, who got the better of the batter. This time, Pranav Mehta decides to stay righty and gets a wide as well.
Yes, a wide ball there by Monish Ansari. Doesn't want to give Pranav the chance to swing his arms. And that's why he has bowled it very short and wide. This one way outside the off stump. Monish Ansari already picked up a wicket. Crucial wicket of Kashif. Good ball, a Yorker length. Wraps him on his pad, but the ball going down the leg side. A shy at the stumps. Gets a run there.
It's gone upstairs now. Suraj with the gloves on was able to be so nimble that he was able to place the bail on the groove. Pranav Mehta was in some sort of trouble. And now the run out referral. He is made ground. Did well. And then went for the run and gets it. Not out signaled. Dean Foxcroft, he's got his task cut out. It's been a few games. He hasn't lived up to his potential. Will this be the game?
I hope so. He has got a lot of responsibility here.
He played one good innings, of course, but that wasn't for a winning cause.
Nice, smart bowling there by Monish Ansari.
There you go, the army of groundsmen. The army of groundsmen. Ehtasam Bhai, Praveen Bhai, and there's so many of them. Thanks to them that we're going to have these games one after the other. And the pitch is so wonderful indeed. It's the hard work of these men that we get to witness such wonderful cricket matches indeed. The turnaround time for the pitches, just think about it. One surface, so many games, and yet it lives up to the expectations. This could be trouble if it's a directed. At the moment, Pranav is teasing the fielders. He's asking them, if it's a direct hit, then I'm walking back. Otherwise, no.
A close shave there for Pranav Mehta. You could see the single wasn't there. It went straight, fast to the fielder there. Goes for a shy, and it could have been trouble for Pranav.
No, I'll tell you what, he had dragged his bat. He's done that right. Had that hit as well, Pranav was in. But again, he's teasing. He's teasing the fielders. Dean, I think, sold him a dummy. Dean started to run. It's not like he was swallowing over with the shot. That's a much better delivery. That is exactly why Monish Ansari is a genius. 2 overs gone, 10 for 2. Yes, ensuring that everything goes according to plan. and a very warm individual as well.
One of the Oman
He's
cricket
right.
staffs there, you could have seen.
I think, sorry to cut you off there, I think Pranav Mehta was playing a mind game there with Shoaib. Shoaib had run in, he was ready to deliver. Pranav says, wait a minute, I wasn't ready.
He has done it a couple of times in the previous matches too.
Watches this one go. Was that the effect of what happened earlier? Was that why the effect of the fact that Pranav decided not to play the previous one?
I think Shoaib was definitely...
We'll get to Shoaib as well, but this is Adnan Bhai. Yeah, he deserves that walk as well, isn't it? Walking into the camera. Oh, that's just over the fielders. That'll be four. Pranav Mehta gets room and he thrives on it. First boundary for Pranav. The double Gs need to get a move on, and this might break the shackles.
Absolutely. Got the width and he cut it hard. Fetches him a boundary. Pranav looking to be in good nick.
Back of the hand. Pranav just opening the face of the bat and offering it a deft touch.
Much better ball there by Shoaib.
It's
Drops the
very good.
pace. There we have two of our colleagues, Shoaib and Mikhail, keeping a close eye.
Look at Shoaib now. Shoaib knows absolutely that he's on the big screen, but he's just hiding that smile. He's trying his best to hide that smile. That ball will help, brother. Oh, that's got into a good position to play that shot, but there's protection.
Good bowling, yaar, Shoaib.
And this is Kashif. Kashif bhai, he's got to look after everyone.
Yes.
He's given us the victory sign, and that's what we'll give him back as well. Okay, so we've given him a title. We'll get to it after this one, and this will travel to the fence as well. Pranav Mehta has been trying to pierce that gap for a while. This time succeeds.
Nice looking shot there by Pranav. He had been trying this for a couple of times. This time he's been successful. Gets what he wanted. A nice boundary.
This is beautifully done. The idea was not to overhit it. Now I'm liking this particular innings from Pranav for the way he's come out and delivered those shots. One was hit really, really hard over point for four. The other one, a deft touch for the same result.
Just a glide actually. Nice.
This one cut back in. Really well done by Shoaib. Shoaib's using the back of the hand really, really well, and he's got the other kind of slower delivery as well. This is good cricket all around. A single was stolen too. 22 for 2 with one more ball to go. What an over this is turning out to be. But Shoaib knows it's a matter of a wicket over here. He can close things out from then. From there. A slower delivery. Didn't get it from the best part of the bat. Dean will only manage a single. Dean and Pranav got to decide which bowler to attack because this equation needs to get under control. 3 overs gone, 23 for 2.
Changing bowling. Let him over. Ready? Okay.
All right, we've got Tayyab Bhai, Kashif Bhai in the middle, and of course the mystery musketeer as well.
हाँ सही है. Okay गणेश. चल. चल आया समय. सही है वो. चल आजा. पहली बॉल से आ जा यार.
Samir Srivastava. I think the time's right to introduce the leg spinner as well. What do you think, Mr. Ashok?
Quite true. Nice good ball there. Placement there by Dean Foxcroft. Gets a single there. Dean has been somehow kept quiet. Just been able to score 11 of just 6 balls.
No, that's
Sorry.
Pranav.
Pranav is 11 of 6. Dean is 4 of 7 balls. Samay Srivastav coming into the attack.
The required rates climbed to 15 plus per over.
They need to play some big shots here.
The practice is going on. That's Gibran. Well, this is a big hit. Man in the deep will be interested. He got the elevation only enough. Pranav Mehta yet again getting caught in the deep. 11 of 7. The innings has come to an end. Why is the ball not travelling? It's the second time it's happening. Usually clears the boundary rope.
This is what Samay brings it. He brings in the experience, he brings in this ball, wherein Pranav thought that he had got the elevation and the distance, but couldn't finally get it over the ropes. Nice, good looking catch there on the boundary. Pranav has to depart.
And he does indeed. The third wicket's down for 24. Ghubrah Giants in a spot of bother.
ये पहले बैठ जाता है अगर इसको उल्टा डालेगा पवन चलेगा easy easy
Hit well. Well done, Shoaib. Very good fielder usually, and he's living up to his expectation, the reputation today. That's... Wait a minute. I think that's Falak, and along with him, Ehsan. Ehsan Bhai standing as if he's the first boy in the choir.
Lovely bowling there by Samay Srivastav. The new batter, Mohsin, fails to connect this. Samay impressing here with his bowling spell.
Mohsin has played on. Somehow, he's dragged it on. I think the ball got caught. And it fell right on the stumps. Fourth wicket down. And this is a big wicket indeed of Mohsin. Ghubrah Giants are losing track. Well, they should have tried to stitch a partnership. The departure of Mohsin would mean, and in the fashion in which he's gone, would mean that Samay is dictating terms.
He is.
Leg spinner introduced, picks up 2.
Mohsin Qureshi out for a golden duck. Ghubrah Giants 25 for 4 in 3.5 overs. The new batter after the fall of Mohsin, Arif.
He's going at it with hard hands, and Samay has just kept it straight. This one didn't turn much. Dot ball to finish the over. A very successful over for the Thunders. The double G's 25 for 4.
अय्यप्पा इसको बाहर मत डालना बस एक मिनट
Ghubrah Giants haven't come out well with a bat in hand. 4 overs, 25 for 4. Ghazanfar Iqbal went first ball. Pranav Mehta 11 of 7. Kashif Ali 7. No one's got a really good start. Someone needs to bail them out of this situation. The required rate is climbing. That's the problem of chasing, isn't it?
Indeed. Ayappa into the attack.
Single.
This time Dean
Single,
Foxcroft
single है।
cross bat hit.
सोच के आ रहा।
Just a
अय्यप्पा सोच
single.
के आ रहा।
The singles won't bother.
वही बोल रहा उसको। पीछे
Qurum
नहीं, पीछे
Thunders.
नहीं।
Ghubrah Giants struggling.
पीछे नहीं,
26
पीछे
for
नहीं।
4. The new batsman Arif Mohammad.
Will he target straight down the ground though? Not if that's the length. That's brilliantly done. Ayappa. Ayappa was a star in the previous game as well with the ball in hand. Was picking up wickets for fun.
अय्यप्पा well bowled।
He's keeping a very tight line, Suhas there.
Just get a feeling that Ayappa is a different kind of bowler altogether when the batters are coming after him.
पकड़ ले खुद ही पकड़। चल 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 जल्दी जल्दी। Time नहीं
Arif
अपने को,
has
तीन ball
gone
डाल दिया।
at it with hard hands once again.
He's hurling the ball very fast. Not giving the batters much of a room.
Single।
Dancing down the track but straight to
Ayappa, ये
Jatinder
वाला
at long
चाहिए।
off. The long off is
Go, go,
also
go,
slightly wider.
ये वाला
Dean's
पीछे
got
वाला
the
देखता ही
build
है,
to go
पीछे
for the
वाला
big
देखता है।
shot. He's got the skill to do so as well. And he's also got the situation to do so. His team desperately needs a
Single,
bigger
single।
innings from him. A single will not suffice.
अय्यप्पा,
For
पीछे वाला
might.
देख रहा है वो बस।
Boundary taken. Will that break the shackles? Moves on to a runner ball 10. Dean, is that a glimpse of what is to come more often?
Very well done, boys.
Takes the ball. Hits it hard. Pierces the two fielders on the boundary.
चल अय्यप्पा चल जरा शाबाश।
Dean needs to play some more of these shots.
पकड़ खुद ही। गुड ओवर। चलो चलो चलो।
Nice bowling there by Ayappa to complete the over. 6 runs conceded. 31 for 4 after 5 overs. Ghubrah Giants.
जल्दी जल्दी क्विक चेंज गाइस। इनको उसमें डलवाने के। जतिबा। थोड़ा सा क्विक करेंगे यार। मियां ऊपर मियां ऊपर। चल समय चल समय।
97 required of the last 5. With 6 wickets in hand, almost got the umpire along with it. That was hit very, very hard by Arif. And the order of the day is to hit it hard for Arif.
Doesn't have much of a choice here, Suhas. Ghubrah Giants need to have few more of these boundaries and some more maximums. This one was really hit hard.
Very good reflexes. As an umpire, you got to have good reflexes. Boundary. Boundary signal. It took a while for him to signal for as well because he had to get up. He got to get his breath back indeed. That would have whizzed past his ear. Bit of misfield, but that doesn't trouble them much. Change in voices here. Shoaib Ahmed comes in.
Samesh Srivastav. Ghubrah Giants require 92 of 28 balls. And it's time for Shoaib to join me. What do you feel, Shoaib?
Well, a disappointing run chase. First of all, for Ghubrah Giants, 36 for 4. Never in the hunt. 91 more needed of 27 balls.
Samesh Srivastav bowls a beauty. Arif going for a big heave, misses it completely. Samesh Srivastav in the thick of action this time. Arif comes down the pitch and he manages to evade 2 plays. There's a fumble by Ganesh in the boundary line. Gives them 2 after a poor throw there by Ganesh.
5.5 overs now. Ghubrah Giants are 39 for 4. Samay is bowling well. He's been a very good and effective leg spinner for Qurum Thunders. And we'll finish off the over on a positive note as well. Just a single. 6 overs gone. Ghubrah Giants are 40 for 4.
Ganesh and Munish Ansari picking up the wickets. But it's Samay Srivastav 2 for 11 who has made the difference. 40 for 4, Ghubrah Giants.
Paji. ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗਣੇਸ਼ ਨੂੰ ਪਾ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੀ ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਪਾਣਾ
Qurum Thunders bowling card.
Single.
Ayappa starts. Arif almost going for every ball. He's trying to hit that out of the park. But that's a good start from Ayappa.
Good stop there on his follow through by Ayappa.
Ayappa देखते रहना
Just conceded 6 runs in his first over. Promising talent Ayappa here.
9. Well ball.
Just a single there.
ये छोटे के लिए रेडी है ये छोटे के लिए
Ghubrah
ready है
Giants in need of some fireworks if they intend to reach anywhere close to the victory margin.
Big heave on the onside from Dean.
Easy back
They're not able to hit the gaps and they're not able to middle the ball so that they can place it over the ropes as well. In a very tricky situation, Ghubrah Giants, and it's a dismal performance coming in from Ghubrah Giants, especially their batters and also the bowlers in the second half of the first innings were disappointing to say the least.
It's the other way around for Qurum Thunders. The bowlers have really bowled well,
no problem well ball
not giving much of
Lovely
room
bowling.
for the batters. The stroke plays of Ghubrah Giants, be it Dean
Aaja,
Foxcroft,
aaja, aaja.
Kashif, they failed to middle the ball properly.
अरे यार
Again,
Ganesh, easy,
big
Ganesh,
heave
easy,
from
easy.
Arif, only managing to edge the ball every time.
लास्ट बॉल है दम से डाल दे रहा
Singles are not going to help. It's only a matter of time that Qurum Thunders will get into a position where it will be impossible for Ghubrah Giants to chase that total down. It's highly improbable now, and it's going to get difficult with every passing ball.
कैच है
This time Dean plays it smartly, but again the boundary eludes. Just a single there. Concedes just 4 runs in this over. Ghubrah Giants 44 for 4 of 7.
चेंज इन बॉलिंग मैडम ओवर
A dejected dugout of Ghubrah Giants there. Pranav Mehta sitting glum there. This time beats the fielder, but that's nice fielding there. Definitely saves couple of runs.
That was a good fielding effort, of course, from Jatinder. That was hit straight. And the fielder there, Jatinder, makes sure, apologies, that's Kashyap Kumar Prajapati who does that job. Oh, nice lower delivery. Brilliantly done, Shoaib. Completely beaten on that occasion was Arif. Played at least 3 seconds early.
Wonderful bowling there by Shoaib. Kashyap Prajapati saving certainly 2 runs. Ghubrah Giants require 83 of 16.
Again a slow delivery, again a heave, and again a miss. This is some brilliant bowling from Shoaib Khan. Arif just knows one way. He just knows to swing the bat. He's not waiting for the ball. And look at that again, just beating the bat and going into the hands of the keeper.
Absolutely superb spell from Shoaib.
Another slow delivery, and again similar shot. This time gets some bat onto it. Will get a single.
Shoaib has been excellent. The pitch obviously playing it strict now. It's been the 50 when we are having the matches played on the same pitch. So obviously it's going to dry. Ball is going to come a bit slower, and we can find this in this spell.
That's right. If the ball is bowled away from the batter, it's not easy to score runs. A slower bouncer, and what just happened? Straight to the fielder at third man. Will get a single.
I guess Ghubrah Giants have thrown in the towel here. They're not going for the big shots, nor the big shots are coming. And it's been some brilliant bowling spell by Qurum Thunder bowlers.
Another slower delivery. This time he middles it and plays it up and over the point fielder. Won't go all the way. Ganesh Chandrasekhar cuts that off. 2 runs on the offer. End of the over, number 8. Ghubrah Giants at a dismal 49 for 4.
Ghubrah Giants require 79 of 12, and Munis Ansari back into the attack. Just a single there. Dean Foxcroft not doing anything extraordinary. Keeping the batters quiet.
Ghubrah Giants, if you were a manager of Ghubrah Giants, what's going on in your mind right now, and how do you change fortunes for Ghubrah Giants from here on?
Oh, it's so difficult at this stage. You need 78 of just 11.
I mean, going into the tournament.
I would definitely look into the complacency which creeped into the bowling attack after the first 5 of Qurum Thunder's innings. That was where they lost the game, possibly because they conceded a good number of runs, and that's the worry factor, giving away runs in the second half of the innings. And the batters obviously have not done what they're expected from. The top orders have failed to click, and that's what is important in these shorter formats.
That's right, Munis Ansari coming and bowling his regular stock ball, almost a Yorker. ITW Prod G production, and these are the men who make it possible. Hard workers.
Absolutely.
Take good care of us.
Yes. Bringing tea on time, making sure we are
well taken care of.
Cheeky attempt there by Arif, fails to connect. Nothing going in Ghubrah Giants' favor.
This is a nightmare for Ghubrah Giants, let me tell you. As a team, you don't want to be in this situation ever. And Ghubrah Giants has found them twice, more than once, in this occasion.
What's surprising is they have not attempted to go in for the shots. The bowling has been very tight. Credit to Qurum Thunder bowlers. They have not given much of opportunities.
Played straight down the ground. But there is protection in the deep. And it's a power play over. Last ball of the power play over. And a very happy looking dugout. Of course, they've done the job. Ayan Khan in the center of your screens. Hasn't played a game yet. Part of the Oman national side. A very handy and effective all-rounder.
You can also see Wilson Burbage, a very experienced manager who has been handling the team for decades.
Meanwhile, a Yorker again and a single taken to end the over. Good over from Munis Ansari. 9 overs gone, 1 more to go. Ghubrah Giants nowhere near close to the target. 52 for 4.
Change in bowling. Bowler coming right arm over. Change in bowling.
The match now just a mere formality for Qurum Thunders. Ghubrah Giants require 76 of the last 6 balls. Ganesh bowling the last over and Dean Foxcroft trying something innovative, misses it. No run, a dot ball in the 10th over of the innings. This tells the story of the Ghubrah Giants.
Well, Dean has been batting since ball number 1. He'd opened the innings and he's there on 17 of 19 deliveries. Less than run a ball. Not a performance that you would be proud of, especially in a D10 format. Gets that straight to the third man fielder. A single taken, they're looking for 2 and will get them. I think that's close. That's close. And I think that's out as well because he was not dragging the bat.
Absolutely everything happening here in the last over. Dean Foxcroft connects, gets a single, and then off an overthrow, tries the second run.
Let's look at that replay. Good throw from Jatinder Singh. And look at that. The basics not there at all. What was he thinking? Poor execution of a run. Not dragging the bat but plonking it. And I think he's gone. The stumps are disturbed in this frame. And that's out. And should be. Deserving. He has to walk back. I don't know why he's still standing out there even after seeing the replay.
Basic fundamentals not been adopted by Arif.
So the batsman is walking out. Arif is the man to be dismissed of his own doing. Arif Mohammed run out 15 of 21. And the score is 53 for 5.
Dean Foxcroft, innovative shot, just one run and they complete a second run.
I think Dean Foxcroft, apologies, will have a very unusual record to his name in this edition of Fancode D10. The first man to carry his bat through
20 of 21.
in 10 overs and scoring at less than run a ball. Well, I think he's heard us. That's a brilliant shot. A little too late in this game, but nevertheless something to cheer for Ghubrah Giants.
A no ball also from Ganesh Chandrasekhar. Free hit coming up. Good connection from Dean Foxcroft there. These are just formalities being now completed. Qurum Thunders
free hit, good delivery, but played in the gap. This is much better from Dean Foxcroft. This one was played with intent and good execution as well. Slicing it, placing it between those two fielders at short cover, short third man and backward point, and the ball trickles away for 4.
Too late. These boundaries are coming for Ghubrah Giants.
Better late than never. Whatever runs they score now will help them in their net run rate. Smacks straight down the ground, but straight to the fielder. And a single there.
Slow ball from Ganesh. Ghubrah Giants facing a huge defeat here. Qurum Thunders, total clinical performance. The batters did excellent for them, put up a huge score, and the bowlers followed it up.
Last ball of the match, and that's it. Qurum Thunders win the game comfortably yet again. Ghubrah Giants struggle, and their struggle continues in this edition of Fancode Oman D10. A very happy looking dugout for Qurum Thunders, and they should be, because they've been truly exceptional in all aspects of the game. Their batting clicked, their bowling has clicked, and the fielding has been good as well. When you do that as a team, it's very difficult to lose matches. They have won this game comfortably. Ghubrah Giants, on the other hand, will have to think a lot. They need to apply themselves a lot better, and they need to learn to hold a grip on the game and continue that momentum. We've seen that multiple number of times. They've been in good positions, and then they've given away those positions due to some poor execution of plans.
It was total all-round performance by Qurum Thunders. Excellent batting, bowling and fielding. This is how Ghubrah Giants batters performed. Dean Foxcroft not out, 31 of 24, not much of a innings. The other two batsmen in double digits were Pranav and Arif Mohammed. Rest of them in single digits. 68 for 5 was all Ghubrah Giants could score against a tidy and clinical Qurum Thunder.
Let's look at the bowlers for Qurum Thunders. 5 bowlers used, and all of them were very good, very economical as well in the context of the game. Munish Ansari getting a wicket at an economy of 2.5. Ganesh Chandrasekhar getting a wicket as well. Samay Srivastava was the pick of the bowlers. 2 overs, 11 runs, and he took 2 wickets. 5 wickets was what Qurum Thunders could get to, but they've won the game comfortably in the end. That's the first wicket to fall on the very first ball, and that's not the start you want as a team chasing a score of more than 120. Ghubrah Giants were never in the hunt. They never looked to be chasing that total down. It was always going to be difficult after you lose wickets at regular intervals.
That's a catch on the boundary, and Samesh Srivastav getting the second wicket here. Ayyappa also bowled a tidy spell. Good fielding there by Jatinder. And this is Ganesh Chandrasekhar bowling the last over.
So Qurum Thunders in the first innings scoring 127 for the loss of 6 wickets in their allotted 10. Suraj Kumar, what a great performance this has been from him. And this is one of the best innings that we've seen so far in Panko D10. 57 for him of 21. Shoaib Khan also contributing with the bat. 41 for 14 of 14. And Ghazanfar Iqbal was the pick of the bowlers, taking 2 wickets and conceding 19 runs. In reply, Dean Foxcroft, 31 of 24, was not out till the end, but couldn't get his team through to the finish line. Samay Srivastav was the pick of the bowlers for Qurum Thunders. He took 2 wickets and gave away 11 runs. In the end, Qurum Thunders winning the game by a mammoth 59 runs. We still have some more action left for you, so stay tuned with us and we'll be back after a short break.